What's up, YouTube family? This is another Gemini Thoughts video. So today I'm going to talk about why the feminist movement created Karens. Okay, so I was watching these Karen videos with my children, and they were just laughing. They found it to be hilarious, especially the Karen videos where people started retaliating against them. But I started noticing something. So in some of the videos, I saw like one in particular, there was this Karen walking through this convenience store, and she was just knocking things off the shelves. And she was just, everywhere she went inside that convenience store, she was just knocking things off the shelves. And no one did anything to her. She went up to the cash register, she paid for her item, and then she knocked something else down and walked out the store. And I was like, wow. Then I saw another video where this woman was talking to this Spanish lady. Well, it was a Karen rather, talking to this Spanish lady. And she was telling the lady to go back to her own country. And this woman was minding her own business, and they were inside of a convenience store as well. Well, she walked up to this lady, got in her face, and then the Spanish woman slapped her. As soon as the Spanish woman slapped her, this woman walked off and just left. I saw another video where this woman, she just stood right in front of these guys' car so that they couldn't leave. And she was just screaming at them, saying things to them. So this particular Karen just decided that if they did start driving their car, she was just going to stand right there and say they tried to hit her with the car. So eventually the guy got out, and it sounded like a young black guy. He got out the car and he said, listen lady, move out the way. And he called for people to come get her so that they could just leave. And this woman just would not leave. So then she walked up to him and he said, listen, the moment you touch me, I'm not like the other people. I'm going to knock you out. As soon as he said this to her, she started like, her whole demeanor changed, but she was still talking trash, but her demeanor shifted. Then there was another one where, I don't know what's up with these convenience stores, but there was another one where this Karen was in a convenience store, and then there was this other lady, a black lady, and they were like the same height, same body type and everything. So this Karen called her the N-word. And the lady said, okay, call me that again, and I'm going to show you because I'm the wrong one. It's a reason, you all, why I'm going through this. I'm painting this picture for y'all. So the lady finally called her that. And so that lady retaliated and beat her up really bad. And then next thing you know, the lady was on the ground and she was just saying she was sorry. I saw countless of videos where when people retaliated to these people, they start apologizing, they balling up. And I just began to wonder, are these Karens seeking discipline? Like, has this feminist movement taken it so far now to where these women feel like they can do whatever they want, but there's a part of them that's screaming for boundaries, screaming for discipline, screaming for, you see, the reason why I chose the word discipline, because if you think about a child, right? Not that I'm comparing these adults to a child, but think about a child. Think about a child that doesn't get disciplined. What does this child do? This child go everywhere, just do all kind of stuff, wreaking havoc and everything. Now, the moment that this child is approached by an adult that believes that children should be disciplined, that whole child disposition changes. They turn into something else. They start conforming. The feminist movement created these Karens. These Karens are really speaking out, showing the world what this feminist movement has done. It has given women so much leeway that now these women are out of control. And now the only thing that they can do now is just act out. But it's only the Karens that's big and bad enough to act out. Because really the Karens are the ones that the feminist movement really gave more opportunities to than any other group. Now they're wanting these boundaries. But then that means that they will lose these privileges as well. So it's a tough call. But they know that they need that. This is why that feminist movement is such a dangerous thing, because it calls women overall to come out of their nature. And it calls women to be what they're not called to be. And it calls the men to, like, so to speak, back down and back up and refrain from, being men, so to speak, because there are laws, there are things that can happen to these men now that will, take away their livelihood, and that will perhaps even put them in jail. So when you think about it, this feminist movement created a disaster for the world. And this is happening all over everywhere. I heard someone say that Jordan Peterson, which I listened to him, some of his old clips from time to time, but I didn't hear this, but I heard someone say that he stated that when the movie came out about 1,000 Shades of Grey or something like that, so that movie right there, and said that a lot of women went out to see that. That was like, and it's a bondage movie. It's a movie where he was saying that that it's just one of those movies where this woman is not in control. The man is in control. So when you think about that, these Karens are seeking boundaries. They don't want things to be the way that they are anymore. They don't want that. And as a result, we as women need to take a stand now and say and be better and get in our position, because everything is unraveling now. Everything is being exposed now about our current state. The way that we're doing things is just like not working. Single parenthood is at an all-time high. Having women think that, that they can go work these long hours and have children, it really don't mix. I told my children that every time when I had them and then 6 weeks later, I had to go back to the job. I worked in corporate America. It was all, and of course I could have gotten an extension, but maternity extension, but I wasn't married, so I wasn't set up like that. But every time I had to put my children into daycare, my heart just always I just used to cry sometimes, because I used to wonder whether or not they're being cared for properly, and like if their needs going to be met, if it just was very difficult for me, very difficult. But this society makes it where when we make our mistakes, we're able to go get these jobs. We're able to go do all these things that men are supposed to be doing. So as a result, it subconsciously lessens the value of the man in our eyes, when really we actually need them. And these Karens are exposing that it doesn't work. All these liberties, all these freedoms, all this, and don't get me wrong, what I mean by freedom, I mean that these people have created laws where it's just not really fair. It favors one side over the other. It's not really a fair law, like universal laws, like law of attraction. It doesn't matter whether or not you're a male or female. Either way it goes, law of cause and effect, all of these things, it doesn't matter about your gender. It is what it is. But our laws are not set up that way. It's set up to favor groups, favor groups. So with that being said, it's just going to always be inequalities with man laws. So as a result, we're seeing the ramifications of this feminist movement at an all-time high. We're seeing it with our children, with ourselves, with society. We're seeing it everywhere. Everywhere. And it doesn't work. This experiment has failed. And now people are calling for things to go back to its natural state. As Kevin Samuels say, if you leave people alone and just let people just be, they will begin to fall into place. But when you have all these laws and all these rules that set aside to patronize certain groups, then it's going to keep things out of order. So back to what I was saying, I didn't mean to deviate a little bit, but back to the Karens. I think that these Karens are really showing us that these boundaries are necessary, and these freedoms and these opportunities that women have now is not really working. We need to give those responsibilities back to the men, and we play our position, and we play it well, just like the men play their position well, and everything will go back to the way that it used to be, and the way that it's supposed to be. Because when you look at nature doesn't deviate from their roles; they keep it going, and that's the reason why they're more successful than us. So, with that being said, the feminist movement did create these Karens, and we're seeing with these Karens, once somebody discipline them, then they start retreating, they shut their mouth, they go on their way. So they are exposing that it doesn't work, and we need to let it go, and we need to do something different. On that note, thank y'all for listening to this video. Please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share the video, and let's have a conversation. Give me your thoughts on this. I would love to hear from you. Peace.